Pops. I'm doing a show today on good news. I'm kind of getting sick of the echo chambers out there, and I caught myself yesterday going on an open panel, um, and basically getting caught into the web of the Karens. I passed a comment to someone, why do you talk like that? It's not proper, and the whole panel jumped on me. Well, this is the way I speak. It would be equivalent. I'm Italian, and I'm saying, I'm talking to my friends, my Guinea, what's up, my Guinea? And I'm not even Italian, and I'm saying, yo, what's up, my Guinea, and all this stuff. And I'm just sick of hearing people say things that they're not supposed to say. I was brought up, when we were amongst our friends, yeah, we said stuff like that. We walked around in my day and we're like, yo, bro, where you going? Hey, what's going on over there? But I didn't talk like that in public because it sounds uneducated. You sound like a clown. And I caught myself yesterday on an open panel getting caught up in, just misery. I mean, I'm defending myself, and then they're telling me, you weren't a cop, and I'm trying to prove to them I'm a cop. Like, I caught myself in so much bullshit. I said, that's it. I'm not doing this no more. So what I'm doing is I'm going to start bringing more good news than bad. Of course, I'm going to once in a while let you know what's going on in the world. I'm going to do more stuff on content, like the Kazarian mob. People don't even know what Kazaria is, where people came from, how we got to where we got. Kazaria is now called Ukraine. There's a big story about it. I'm going to do a show on it. It's taken me a long time to get the information together and put together a decent show. If you notice anyway, on my shows, I try to bring something the first half hour of some type of information. It could even be on what's the greatest TV shows. It could be on what's going on in Ukraine, whatever you want to talk about. But I just don't have an open panel and let's just talk about anything, and it just gets ugly. It's an echo chamber. I'm staying away from these echo chambers. Once in a blue moon, I'm going to go on a panel. Very rare you're going to see me on panels anymore. I am going to do an open panel maybe once a week on my show. I want to thank you, Trash Can. Yeah, Trash Can. I was on the show and they were saying this racial shit, and I said, "Why are you talking like that?" Well, that's the way I grew up. Yeah, but to make a long story short, I told the kid, "You're not black. Why are you talking like that?" And they didn't like it, and they jumped all over me. And it's just you make yourself stupid, especially if you're not that ethnic background and you're talking like that. And then they, the soft A, the soft E, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. All I know is I don't like it. And here's my question. Well, if you went to a job interview, would you speak like that? And I didn't ask that question. I wish I would have, because I knew I wouldn't be able to get an answer. So I've learned now, well, I've always seen this, and I was trying to avoid going on these panels, and I'm not going on them anymore. They're just too much echo chambers. I like the way Trash Can does his show. He basically stays on his show. He does all the talking. He don't let people really on. Once in a blue moon, I think I've been on his show once. I don't know. I'm going to do once in a blue moon, let people on. But I respect Trash Can. You know why? Because he don't get involved in the bullshit. And I've caught myself. And look, I'm not perfect. One guy even says, well, we have a recording of you saying this and that. I said, well, show me the receipts if I said that word. And if I did, I did. I'm not a perfect man. I've said words, but they're trying to say like I said it on my show. I said, no, I never said any ethnic slurs on my show to someone. If you heard something, it could have happened. I'm not perfect. I've said the word Guinea many a times on my show. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to bring you a lot of good news. Stupid little stories I found, but I thought they were interesting. I found a lot of these stories. And how are you, OG? In the house. Exiles in the house. And I'm just going to start bringing up some good stuff today. Little stupid stories that I found. Just something, because I'm just sick of this echo chamber negativity on the internet all the time. I know we got to know what's going on in the world, but there comes a point where it's got to end. And I'm going to just put more content out there. And these open panels, even OG Patrice said, I'm sick of these YouTube streets. They're just miserable people. Look, what's going on in this world right now is creating this. They want us to be miserable. If you notice, everybody's usually unhappy. But let's get to some of the good news anyway while I'm here. Let me just bring a couple of things I found on the internet I thought were interesting. This I thought was a very interesting thing that's happening. It happened in Denver. So Denver has a program now. Instead of sending cops to like not critical, low risk calls like trespassing, intoxication, things involving like poverty, homelessness, addiction, they're sending a mental health team, and I think they're like one guy is like I don't know if they has a police badge on, but I guess he is more of a psychologist that works for the police department. And I think this is the way we should start going with our police department. You send cops to these minor calls and it gets ugly. I had two cops come to my house about a dog biting, and my dog bit another dog, and the cops, they're just nasty, and they get so like, but they just want to be macho, like, and they get crazy. And I told this lady cop, she's trying to tell me there was a crime committed here. I go, whoa, wait a minute, what crime? Because she said the dog didn't have a license. I go, that's like a mandate. That's just something that the community, they want dogs to have. That's not a law. So stop saying we broke the law. I said I don't even want to go into it. I'm not answering your stupid questions. And they didn't like it. And they called my sister because they had her number on file, and they were telling her I was arrogant. I wasn't arrogant. I'm just not buying into this shit. You shouldn't have to give a police officer your information if you didn't do anything. Like when I was a cop, if you didn't commit a crime, I'm not asking you for your ID. It's like they constantly just want to get your ID. Then they want to give you like some bullshit ticket that you got to appear in court. I don't give them that. So that's the way I go with that. But I like this. I think this we should have in every city, everywhere. Because why are we sending cops to shit that they shouldn't really be policing anyway? We don't need to waste a police officer's time on some bullshit. Somebody's a little drunk in their house. Now, if it's when a person calls and says, well, this person's drunk and got weapons or guns or they're violent, yes, you have to send police there. But if they call up and just say, look, my husband's drunk and he's just sitting, watching TV, acting stupid or whatever, something real, or there's two kids on the stoop smoking weed in front of my house. You don't need to send cops there. All right. You just send somebody like this and let them just see what's going on. This is everything escalates with police. Police now escalate a lot of things. They've been trained that way. It's not their fault. I still, love police officers, and we need them, but we need them for crimes, not for this petty shit. So I found this a good article. If you want to look at it. Next thing, I'm going to bring some good news. I found this really cool. UK's had two premature twins. Now, some of this news is a little old, but I found it. And they were given a 0% chance to live, these two little preemies, cuties. And there they are, and, they made it. So, may the Almighty bless them. I thought that was a really cool story. I like animals, so I thought, look how cute that baby rhino is. They're so cute, right? But they're so dangerous. So there's a little baby rhino they were showing with his mom and everything. It was a pretty cool story. This shows you Toronto Zoo and things like that. I thought that was a cool little thing. Let's go. So this I thought was nice. Airbnb and its community raised more than $40 million and offer 150,000 temporary homes for the Ukrainian people. Look, I don't know who's right or wrong in that war, and I really don't care. But I do care about the people. We all do. We're human beings, And for them to do this, I think it's pretty cool. If the people really get the homes and they don't keep the money, and if this really goes to the people, 150,000 temporary homes for those people, I love it. Something great. More things should be happening like this, as long as it really goes to the people. This is a video I just thought was cool. Watch these guy. I don't know. He's doing these bricks, but watch the ending of this. It's pretty cool, man. He does this brick thing, and I thought it was really cool. Yeah, I like the ending. How the bricks all, they were going down. If you look at it again, they all go. I don't know if you could hear sound. I doubt it. But I like the ending, man. I thought that was pretty cool. Just something different, something cool. Here, I thought this was really cool. For the old people, made me smile a little bit. They got like these sofa, they call them sofa, like bicycles, and the old people go all over in these old in these things. They bicycle them all around. I thought it was pretty cool. Looking at all these old people in Scotland getting driven around in these scooters. Made me laugh a little bit, put a smile on my face, because maybe one day I'm going to be one of those old people. So I think that was a pretty cool thing. Let's go to Fox. They're making a movie on this. There was a shelter dog. Nobody wanted this shelter dog. It was very hyper, chewed up, everything in its sight. And this police officer in this police department, I think it was in Rhode Island, needed a canine dog, but they had no more money in the budget to get one. And he went and got this deaf sheepdog, and they learned sign language and stuff like that. And they're making a movie about it. This is really the officer with the dog. He adopted the dog. I think it'll be a really cool movie. It's going to be on Netflix. The Hollywood will make it a lot better. Here's a trailer. They kind of show you. So he's a rescue dog. I'm just skipping through it, but I thought that was a cool story. Let's go to this. Now, I thought this was a real cool story. So this guy quit his job and offered Scottish Highland trips on a New York school bus. But the school bus is pretty cool. So I'll show you. So they're on this school bus. But if you look inside of it, man, it's a pretty cool school bus. He made his house, I guess, out of it. I think I'm going to buy a school bus and do that. This way I don't got to worry about paying nobody rent anymore. But this guy really hooked it up inside. I mean, this thing is really nice inside, but he does trips and stuff for people. Let's see what else we got. So I got this story here. Canadian millionaire donates his life savings to plant 100,000 daffodils, and they just begun to bloom. I don't know if the guy was dying and he finally, he gave his money to these people. I think it's a cool story. I don't know if I would do that. I'd give all my money to put flowers down, but this guy did it. And they planted 100,000 daffodils in Canada. I thought it was a pretty cool story. I mean, somebody actually did this. Pretty cool. I thought this was a really good story. A Nigerian mom designs a solar panel crib that put an end to baby jaundice disease or something. I don't know how to pronounce that word correctly, but I know what it is. So this lady invented it, I guess, for more poorer people in that country. And now, a lot of people could build these things, I guess, for the hospitals too. I don't know if that has something to do with the light. Babies are born and they're vitamin D deficient or something like that. In the old days, they should just open the window and let the sun in. I don't know, but it's a great invention. I give that lady props, and she's a Nigerian mom. I mean, pretty cool story. Let's see what we got. So gourmet meals cooked over mountain lava. I mean, this is like cool. Like, so there's a restaurant inside this cave that pours mountain lava out. And if you could look at it, I mean, this is like, wow, I want to go to this place. Look how cool that looks inside, right? And it's a restaurant inside there. And I don't know, they pour the mountain lava and they heat a stove or something. They cook your food. I thought that was a pretty cool story. This is a really, I don't know why we don't hear of this. This is new cancer therapy. Destroys advanced ovarian and colorectal tumors in 6 days. And this thing really works. I haven't heard about this yet. And even bowel tumors in just 6 days. So this is some medical breakthrough stuff from Rice University. They're saying that it's almost going to be basically put out there where we could, people could get it. But it's really bioengineers at Rice tackle ovarian cancer. That's some great news. A lot of women, they do die of ovarian cancer. Now we got a story here. A former Marine drove 1,000 miles to Ukraine border in a minibus loaded with supplies, toys, and blankets for the refugees. Good man, he did that. I thought that was a nice story to hear about. Okay, and he's a UK woman. Now, I thought this was a cool story. These kids in Florida have never seen a snowman. I don't know how he did it, but they flew in a snowman, like, I guess, and it was melting a little bit, I guess, by the time it got there because it looked so. But actually, I guess they FedEx the snowman. An 800-mile, $78 journey from Kentucky to Florida. So it was $78. Not bad, right? To get a snowman. And the kids got to see what a little snowman looks like. You know, if you've never seen a snowman and you grew up in Florida, pretty cool. So this is cool. I think we should have more neighborhoods like this. A neighborhood is being built in Utah that looks like a European one-car town. You know, we're talking about like a European place where you'll only see like one car every now and then, right? They say this was a prison at one time. I don't know, but they're building it and it looks really cool. And most of it's car free. There are bike lanes and it's pedestrian friendly, but there are trucks on the outskirts, I guess, that make deliveries, they were claiming. I thought it was pretty cool, like kind of a utopia, nice. I would go live in this city for sure. I mean, people are just walking around. They said everything's within 10 to 15 minutes, and there's 7,400 houses in this little town. I would love to live in something like that where there's no cars and traffic. Kids can play in the street. Just to, you know, on the outskirts, there are trucks making, I guess, food deliveries and things like that. So here's another dog story. Lassie dog leads New Hampshire police back to the scene of an owner's car. So this story, I looked into it a little bit, and what happened was the police seen this dog in the middle of the highway, and they didn't know what he was doing, and they were trying to grab him, but he wouldn't come, and he led them all the way to a car crash scene, and the car went through the divide. It was a truck, an F-150, and rolled over, and the dog brought them there, and you'll see it. So there's the dog. Cool. German Shepherds, very smart. So he led them to them guardrails. And this is the crash. And he saved this guy's life and his friend's life. They were thrown out of the truck. I thought that was a pretty cool story. Let's go to this one. I think this is really cute. Monkeys. And this monkey baby was then basically... it was born premature, and they took it, and then they reunited it with its family. But this video is pretty cool. They show you. Look at how smart these animals are. Now they're saying everybody wanted to hold the baby. Do you see how picking up the baby, playing with it like a human would do? Pretty cool, you know? They love their children, these gorillas. Pretty cute. Look how cute they are. I thought that was a cute video, just showing how they treat their little babies like kids. I thought this was a decent story. So somebody made a homemade bumper sticker, and it changed a stranger's life. So the sticker, you can't read it now. But what the sticker says is, please don't take your life today. The world is so much better with you in it, more than you realize. Stay. And the person actually was very depressed, saying they were going to kill themselves. I wrote a note to the person that had that bumper sticker on a napkin. It said, your sign saved my life today. I left my house with a plan and asked for a sign. I was doing the right thing when I saw your car in the parking lot. So I thought that was a pretty cool story. I think this is a pretty cool story. High school athletes shovel snow for their neighbors and the elderly. So the coach of the football team told him, "You don't have to practice today." This is in Pennsylvania, big football state. And he said, "You got to go shovel snow. Don't take no money. Go to the elderly, shovel their snow." And I think that's a pretty cool thing the football coach did. They didn't ask for any money, but a lot of the people ended up donating money to the football team. Here is a cool video. This cat jumps up on the doorknob and lets the other cats in the house. Check it out. I thought that was pretty cool, man. Cat doing that. I mean, that was cool. I mean, and then there's another one. Look at this one with the cats. It's like a whole bunch of them, man. I guess these people have that. How could you have that many cats in your house? But look at that. That is crazy. Or they're just all of them find their way in. I thought that was pretty cool. We'll go to another story here with animals. These snowmobilers spotted a moose stuck under the ice, and for a couple of hours, they dug it out finally, and they got it out. And the moose is dangerous, so you got to be careful. And they were scared, they said, but they felt so bad for this moose, and they dug him out. And he actually got out, so they saved that moose's life. One of the last stories I'll talk about. I mean, this is good news, even though I'm not a big fan of what the propaganda is on this, but I do like that they're saying now it's less deadly than the flu in England as mask requirements end. I think that's pretty good news. So I just did this show, and let's see some of the comments. Salute, sir. Dog police. Laugh out loud. Social workers with a badge. Not the social workers. Yeah, they're trying to make pit bulls illegal. A pit bull to me is a type of dog. If you treat it like any other dog, it acts accordingly. Problem with pit bulls is people like to see them fight. I had seen people walking around with pit bulls. I went to like pet store where you could bring your dog in, and this guy had a pit bull, and he loved the idea that his pit bull was intimidating all the other dogs. You don't treat dogs like that. A pit bull could be a loving dog if you treat them right. So. They only act according to what their owners do. A lot of owners try to make their pit bulls fight all the time. Yeah, I love this Hydros, perfect thing. People can't even train their children, let alone dogs. I don't trust any dog. I had a pit bull and got off the lead. I agree. My sister got a pretty big dog. I told her it was a mistake. I have a little dog. See, little dogs, they're not how much, my dog can't really do no damage. So I like little dogs only because of that fact. Let's see how this concept works. Maybe a good idea. And we got respect. I don't know who this guy Colton. This guy Colton is nothing but a antagonizer. He antagonizes everybody. Oh yeah, I didn't know that. Yep. And sad. Yep. So yeah, there's a guy anyway. If you ever see him, this guy's name is Stanton. He's nothing but a troll. Goes on people's shows. One day he'll say good things about you. The next day he'll be your worst enemy. Lies. Says all kinds of slander about people. Typical. Listen, I don't admit to being a perfect human being, so I tell people bring the receipts, and if they do, God, bless them. And if they don't bring the receipts, they're full of shit. And we're not perfect human beings. And I like to bring this up to people about what's going on in Ukraine. Everybody's worried about World War III and things like that. Look, nobody wants nuke war. Is it possible? Absolutely. Don't think it's going to happen. I love my country. I don't love my government, the way they're doing things now. I think it's a lot of evil people. I think when you say the word globalist, because that's what they basically are, is basically another word for communist. It's the same principle. They want to gain power and money, and at our expense. So these globalists are running our country right now. So I can't say, our government's good, but don't say our country isn't. This country, the people here, it's a great country. It's all mixed, all different types of races, cultures, and things like that. We got all different types of food, and it's not easy to get along, with all these different cultures here. But we've done it for 200 years, so I guess it's working out all right until these globalists start putting all this shit on the propaganda networks about to divide us and make us hate each other and worry about every word we say and worry about what. There's only two genders. I don't know why they're bringing up all these other things. You're either a boy or a girl. Why are we making big issues about all this bullshit? It's because they want it. The globalists want us to be unhappy. They dwell on it. Just like to tell you, look, as far as war, if there ain't no nukes involved, nobody wants any part of us, the United States. We'll take on China and Russia, and it won't be a problem. Believe me. We're that much more better than they are. Our military is top of the line. But it'll end up uglier if we're kicking their ass, because it'll probably end up in a nuke. But nobody wants a part of this. Believe me when I tell you, nobody wants a part of that. Okay, so they could all talk the talk, all these other countries, they don't want no part of that. We are the military of the world. Nobody can even come close. I would say the only other military that's probably as advanced as us, they're just smaller, would be the Israeli army. They're real tough soldiers, but nobody wants a piece of us. Let's face reality. They all talk the talk, but when it push comes to shove and we start going in like that, they ain't gonna know what hit them. You see how organized we are: battle plans, ships, boats, tanks, planes, all supporting each other. Nobody. This thing going on in Ukraine. You think Russia could invade the United States? Yeah, okay. Let's see that. Beside the military in this country, the private citizens, we would brawl. But nobody's coming here. So the only way this is going to go down bad for us is if the missiles start flying. But that means we'll just take out everybody, and it'll be over, and everybody will be done. So I made this show today. I'm cutting it short. America is the best country in the world. Unfortunately, we just got a real corrupt government right now that we got to get rid of. We have to get rid of these people. We've sat back and we're comfortable for too many years. And we let these people basically weasel their way in. We got a lot of evil people right now in power, but I think we caught on to them. They're panicking. You see what they did in the District of Columbia. They made basically a fortress. They don't even want you to go visit them because they know they're in danger. People have woken up. We will win this war, but there may be a lot of casualties. And I'm not talking about the war in Ukraine. I'm talking about the war in America. We right now are under attack by these globalists, okay? And we have to get rid of them when we do gain control again, and we will. What we have to do is never let them back in power. We have to get rid of lobbyists. Like, there's things that we have to do once we gain back control of this country, the people, okay? So there's going to be a lot of changes eventually. Once we start gaining control, we're getting rid of this. You could be a congressman for 50 years. No. We got to have terms for them. There's a lot of things we got to change. Yes, the police, we have to change the way they're taught. to treat their people like enemies. We have to hire police officers with more morals and not these machismo police that we have out there today. Not all of them. There's a lot of good police officers, so let's not be misunderstood. But we can't have some police officers walking around thinking they're gods. Okay, you got to walk around and be a human. Treat people like people. You know, these are our brothers and sisters. Don't treat the regular civilian like a criminal. And I think it's the way they're trained. It's not their fault. They're trained to treat everybody like a criminal for their safety, they tell them. Okay? Look, I made a lot of car stops when I was a cop. Not a lot, but a few anyway. I never had my gun out. I didn't walk up to the car with my gun out unless it was really a suspicious vehicle, you know. And I still had just my hand. I'm like, these guys are coming out with their guns out, like almost pointed, ready to, shoot people. And they got to be trained a little different. First of all, the car stop thing. Somebody goes through a red light by a half a second. You got to let them go. Don't pull them over. I never pull people over for stupid stuff like that. But anyway, I made the show. It's a quick one. I'm going to leave off with this to everyone. You need to have a renegade mind. And like I said, I'm going to be doing more shows with content and less panels. These you people, if you don't see it, I see it. It's a shit show out there now. All these open panels are out there. You don't learn nothing. You waste your time. And all the people are talking about is all their bullshit problems. And then they wait for one person to say something, and then the whole panel just jumps on them and has fun with it and makes it chaos. I told the guy, yeah, I like chaos yesterday because I was in chaos, and I could function under chaos. I'm that guy. If bullets are flying over my head, I could function. Some people can't, but I don't like it. It made me miserable. Yeah, I love my country too. And what I say is, if you don't like this country, then leave. Like those movie stars that were talking all their shit, they're going to leave. If, Trump got in and then none of them left. So don't hate your country. Hate the people running it right now. And don't hate them. Just we got to get rid of them. We need a change, and change will come. Believe me. We will do this from the ground up, because when push comes to shove, we're a lot more of them than they are of us, and we will get them. It's just that right now these globalists are trying to sink their teeth into us, and they know we're catching on to them. So it's going to take it's a big climb, but once we get to the top of that mountain, let's never let these people back in power. We basically took our freedom for granted here. We sat back, and I'm just as guilty as the next person. Just sat back, and yeah, Sue-Ann was there. I did bust their balls good, but the point was, Sue-Ann, it made me miserable to bust their balls, and it got to the point where guys were saying stuff about my son, his wife. They want to have sex with her. Like, they were getting really personal, and I don't like when you get into people's families and start bringing in real personal shit. Then one guy kept telling me all this shit. He had all this proof, and then he was going to show all this. And I said, bring the receipts, and he disappeared off the show. And it's a cancer. It was a cancerous panel, cancerous show. I was just as much cancer as they were, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you I was an angel. But it got ugly, and I'm not going for it no more. I'm not going to be doing this stuff. And I'm not going to buy into, it wasn't on my show, but I'm very rarely going to even go on other people's shows. I don't really want to be bothered unless it's a good show and it has a positive message, or at least has a message. I get these shows, the people, half of them I think are drunk on the show, and they don't even show their faces. And they're telling me about I look old and I look this and I look that. Well, you're hiding behind an avatar, so let's not talk. At least I got enough guts to show you who I am. This is me, okay? Whatever you want to say about me, I don't care. But this is who I am. I'm not hiding behind an avatar. They're all hiding behind avatars, and they're all talking shit. And then they put a picture of themselves that looks really good, like, a picture when they look good. Like, yeah, hey, listen, I could put this avatar up. Here, I look good in that one, don't I? I'm about 38. I got hair. Hey, I could use this avatar all day. I would have never had to let people know what I look like, right? But I'm not that guy. So this is who I am. I don't care what, whatever it is. I'm 57. I'm almost going to be 58. 2 years, I'll be 60. I think I look good for somebody almost going to be 60. I don't look like an old man. I don't got wrinkles and nothing. But I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. Here's the deal. You got to bring something to the table. People, if you go and look at some of these shows with these open panels, don't even waste your time. All you're doing is you're stepping into a bullshit. It's like a bunch of, I don't want people to take it wrong way. It's like a bunch of washwomen sitting in a room. Okay? They bring nothing to the table. Now, I have, even the show I was on yesterday, he sometimes does bring stuff to the table. He talks a lot about currency and coins and stuff, my friend. His show isn't bad, but in general, I see all these open panel shows, and I'm sick of them. Yeah. And OG even said to me she's sick of these U-panel YouTube streets. And, oh yeah, they were coming at my family and my son. If he ever got a hold of this kid, believe me, this kid wouldn't walk out of the room. But I got to the point. I even told the guy, "You live in New York?" I'm not. When I say this truthfully. I was like, "I'll come meet you," because I really was getting to the point when you start talking about my family, and then you start saying, "I'll kill you," and now those are big words. When you tell somebody I'm going to kill you, now let's come meet. I'll bring my nephew with me. I got a nephew that looks like a bear. Because if you're 28, I'm going to let my nephew kick your ass and sit in the background. That's what I'm going to do. But yeah, the Road and Toe show, I like that show too. I go. But I'm sick of going on panels. I am going to bring content here. Like, I'm going to have a show on the Khazarian Mafia. Some of you know about them. I'm going to bring you where they came from, how it all came, how it all became to be. They were Templars, and they took over the Masonic lodges, and that's how we got the word Freemasons. They weren't really Masons. Masons back in the day, I'll make a quick story short, were actually Masons. These Freemasons that we know of today, they were the Khazarians, and they came in because they said they were architects and they were donating money. It's a whole thing. I'm going to have a whole show on it. Okay? And we got Mads here. How you doing, Mads? He is an ex-musician. Well, not an ex. He actually still a musician, but he actually was kind of like a rock star status in his country. I have some of his videos. We're going to do a show with Mads one day. But yeah, listen. We have to stop entertaining these people that don't have brains, and all their shows is about is bullshit. And I can bring the chaos, believe me when I tell you. Okay? It's not a problem. But why do we got to entertain these people that basically have nothing really good to you to learn? Like, when you go on when you tune on TV, you're watching a movie, right? Some movies are educational, you learn something. Some movies are just entertaining, make you feel good. You sit back, you fall into another world. Like, I like movies that make me like go into another planet, like like Lord of the Rings. You watch that movie and you just fall into it, right? So nothing matters for those 2 hours. Why do I gotta go and watch a show that's a bunch of real donkeys on a panel, all talking about stuff that ain't even important, or talking about the same thing like an echo chamber? And I can't stand these echo chambers no more. So I'm going to be doing a lot more shows on content and less open panels. I'll maybe have an open panel once a week or maybe twice a month, something like that. I'm going to keep them limited. I'm not going on a lot of shows anymore. I don't want to be bothered arguing about bullshit. And then I get nasty and I start saying shit I don't want to say. And then people start threatening you, and everybody's a YouTube tough guy. And I've had it. I had no idea people on social media are this immature, clicking, disgusting with things they say. It's being done in plain sight. Yeah, I went through it yesterday, and they were trying to tell me I say things. And I said, even if I said it once, I don't say it like to people's faces. I said, so what? Even if you had a recording of me saying a word that I didn't say to somebody, who gives a shit? I'm not a perfect human being. I've said all kinds of shit in my life. But I could honestly say I'm not a racist, that's for sure. I've dated all different types of women. I've had a lot of friends of all different ethnic groups. So, but I can be a racist for a moment, like just to annoy you. I could do that, without a doubt. Like I could act like a racist, even though I'm not. Like just to annoy people. Like one guy came on and he looked like a terrorist. He really did. And he started coming on popping shit. I said, yo, buddy, you want to make fun of what I look like? You look like a terrorist. If you went in the airport, they'd be pulling you off to the side. But that was just to bust his balls, you know? Um, I don't care. I'm white. Yeah, I'm white too. So what? You know, I'm Sicilian. I don't know what the hell I am. I know I got white skin. Um, yeah, man. That's what you got to do. You got to go out. We got to get this. You know, if we stop looking at all this bullshit, okay, not only on YouTube, but on the news, if we just stop for a while and give our brains some break, I think this stuff will just go away. I mean, we're just, the news networks love this shit. They want a war. They actually want a war. That's how bad the media is right now. Absolutely, trash can. We all should be. But look, like we should be proud to be Americans. We're not proud. You know, I'm not proud of my government, the way they're running shit, but I'm proud to be an American. I always was, you know. This country's went to shit, but not the people. It's these corrupt, globalists that are trying to take over our country. We're under attack right now. And people have to understand that. That's all. Yeah. Hey, listen, OG, no lie. I mean, look, I don't know if any of you guys ever seen the movie Star Trek, the newer one. There's a Martian in there. You know, she's green. They painted her skin green, but she look human. You know, it's pretty hot. I don't care. She's even green. Who cares? I kept telling these guys yesterday, this is YouTube. Who gives a shit? You guys are being Karens. Like they were all getting all crazy. I was giving them the business. You know, I could be a nasty, mean son of a big. You know, no doubt. I could get as nasty as they come with people. So. And you know, I just got to the point. I was trying to end it, but you know, Karens don't want to let it end. There was too many Karens on the show. A lot of people are jealous of my mullet. Yeah, Italy is a beautiful place. The people are real friendly. They'll invite you in their house to eat. Like if you go in the little towns, it's a really nice place. It's a beautiful country. Spain is gorgeous. Another gorgeous country. There's a lot of gorgeous countries out there. Chuck Mueller is definitely jealous of my mullet. Damn, I didn't get to hear Pops go off. Well, you know what it is though. It got too ugly, and it got to the point where I didn't even want to be there. I just had to stay there to save face, kind of, because like these people, if I would have left early, they would have said, "See, he's guilty." Like I wasn't guilty of anything. All I told, basically, I passed the comment, "Why do you speak like that?" And everybody jumped on me, and I was like, "Listen, would you go for a job interview and talk like that? Stop telling me this is how, I can't get over. People keep saying, this is how I talk. No, this is how you're talking on YouTube. See, in real life, you talk like that, you get your fucking teeth knocked in, excuse my swearing, or people just walk away from you because you sound like an idiot. When you're with your friends and you're talking like that, I get it. You're just all like talking like, but it's like you're an inmate in jail. Like, why are you talking like that on a channel when there's people you don't even know? And then let me ask you this, and this is the question I want to ask all these young kids, you think you're cool talking like this bullshit? When you go for a job interview, start talking like that and see if you get the job. See if you get the job. Let's test your theory. This is the way you talk. Go into a job and tell them, what's up, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I applied for this. Start talking like that. See if you get the job. Okay? See if you get the job. Because you're not getting the job. So stop your shit. People keep saying this is the way I speak, and they get insulted because they think they can speak the way they want. And I get it. Yeah, say whatever the hell you want when you're with your friends. But when you're on a show, and you can still say whatever you want. It's a free world, right? But if somebody says you sound uneducated, it's the truth. See, people can't handle the truth no more. This is the problem. They all become Karens. And I fell into their web a little. I started blasting away. Just, I'm not going to sit there. I could be the most nastiest person you'll ever want to meet with a mouth, because I know what buttons to push. And I even told them, I'm busting your balls. No, you're not. You're lying. They're telling me I'm lying. Like, this is how sick people are. No, I'm not lying. I'm busting your balls. What was there to lie about? I'm admitting it. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, that's why I did a show today. I was like, I gotta, and I told this person yesterday before I went on this show. I said, I got a good idea. I'm gonna do a show on good news, because I'm so sick of hearing about the bad news. That give me some good news. Like, the media does not give you almost any good news. 99, 98% it's bad news, something tragic. Why can't they just put on some good news too, to lift people's spirits? I mean, I understand the world is in chaos right now and it's upside down. I know we're under demonic possession right now. But I want to hear some good news too once in a while. Give me a story that makes me smile. That's why you know what? Start watching some comedies once in a while too. Make yourself smile, man. Make yourself laugh. This shit is getting to the point where no human mind should be able to handle all this misery at one shot. You see what's going on out there. They're not, look, you got to understand, Satan is running this shit right now. They're not letting go of the misery. They're just pumping more misery. Like, the war started, pretty soon there'll be something else. Plus the war is here. Plus the pandemic is here. Plus this is here. Plus that is here. Plus the lockdown. Like, they just keep adding. It's not like they're subtracting. And okay, we got one problem to deal with. They just keep adding more problems in your life. Pretty soon you're going to have inflation problems in your life, food shortage problems in your life, housing problems in your life, car problems in your life, gasoline problems. This is the shit they're bringing. And we have to find a way to stop thinking about all of it, because it's way too, even me, I get a headache sometimes. I just want to like, I don't know what to do. I'll put a movie on. That's the best thing I could do. And I got to put a movie on that brings me into another world. Not even like a real world, like some kind of fantasy world, because that's the only way I can forget about this shit sometimes. You bring me into like a movie, it's talking about what's going on. What good is that going to do for me? Yeah. Leela, yeah. The good news they tell you is Leela Thomas won the swimming. Yeah. The man that wanted to be a woman. Yep. Yeah, that's the good news. Oh, the good news is we have a Bible Satan club for after school for some children. They have that in a couple of schools. So anyway, anybody have any questions out there? Because I am gonna end this short. I may even do another show today later on. I'm have two shows I'm working on. I'm working on the best 10 sci-fi alien universes, like brings you into another planet. Like I was talking about before, what are the 10 best? Not sci-fi. I mean, a lot of different movies could be considered sci-fi, like Alien, but it's just about the alien. I'm talking about the top 10 movies that brought me into another universe, like go wow, movies that made me go wow in the movie theater. And I got another show I'm doing. That's taking me a lot more time. It's a lot more work on the Khazarian mob, if you want to call them that. Presently, Khazaria is now Ukraine. There's a lot more to the story than you see. You have to understand that history has been going on for thousands of years, and these plans, the devil, time is irrelevant. If it takes him 1,000 years to get something done, he'll take 1,000 years. He doesn't care. And this plan that we're up to today has all been planned. It's all been little by little brought to where we are now. Okay. And like the mark of the beast could never really have happened. Now it's going to happen. I think, there wasn't this type of technology to do it. Now it seems like it's here already. If you want to consider this the mark, some people do. I think it's going to be a combination of this and some kind of ID that you have to have it to buy or sell, whether it be on your phone or your right hand. They have these little chips. I think that is coming. Okay. Did you hear about Russian alcohol being taken off the shelf and some? Yeah. the funniest thing is there were people saying that they really weren't even pouring out the alcohol. Like there was a lot of propaganda and it was just water in the bottles. Because look, I get it. Maybe if you were Ukrainian and you were your family and you're gonna take that, but I'm gonna pay like $50 for a bottle of vodka and pour it out. I don't think so. I think I'll drink it first. Well, give away free drinks at least at the bar, you know? It's stupidity that we're worried about Russian vodka. I mean, really. Now, there's regular people making that are employed to do it. Who are we hurting by pouring out that Russian vodka? You're still going to have to go buy another bottle to replace it, right? What are you going to buy, a French bottle? What are the French any different? They're any bargain? Come on now. Maybe we should ban French vodka from the Napoleon War. You know, Napoleon was a bad guy. We shouldn't buy French vodka anymore, like Grey Goose. We'll pour that out too. This cancel culture bullshit, people, don't buy into it. They're doing it, and they're making you crazy with it, and they want it to become part of your brain. I mean, I've gone on shows, and they'll go, "You're canceled," to people. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what is this you're canceled shit? If you don't like what somebody says, you're canceled? Like, no, that's it's not how it works, you know? But that's how these people are doing it. So, anybody else got any questions? Let's see. Because I think this is crazy. Listen, just I'm gonna repeat it again. Stop going to these shows that just have open panels with no content. Once in a blue moon, I could understand you do a show like let's just talk about whatever. But I see a lot of these YouTube shows. It's just the constant same echo chamber, same subject. And then I see a lot of shows that are just constantly just nothing. You just go there and listen to bullshit. So if you like listening to people's problems, go to AAA, Alcoholics Anonymous. I've never been to one. I have a friend that was addicted. He wasn't even an alcoholic like at one point. He quit. And he would still go to the AA meetings. I go, why? He goes, oh, I love to hear the stories. This is the psychotic people that we have now. You know, people want to go to AAA to hear other people's misery. People are miserable, and misery loves company. And I'm not perfect either. Don't get me wrong. I've been there. I've been in that slump where everything is fuck in the end, and I hate everything, and I can't take it no more. And I'm trying my best to fight this now, and I'm trying to figure out how to get out of this misery that we're all in, and maybe I can help a few people get out of it. Yeah, absolutely. Well, the thing is, when we go into a country, it's called an intervention. When other countries go in, it's called an invasion. So, yeah, we've never been banned, but China is doing something like that now. China's saying we're not going to sell you shit. You know, most of our medical supplies, like insulin, all this shit's been coming from China because the people in charge of this country, see, Trump was trying to change that. Okay, we shouldn't be dependent on anyone. America, we have the most resources of. I mean, we might not have the most, but we have every resource. This country was blessed with resources. We don't. America doesn't need anybody. Other countries do need America. Like there's countries, and they may need like Russia for grain. There are countries that need other countries for grain, oil, this and that. We don't need anybody. So we should just basically do our own stuff. Everybody will be employed here, and that's it. But they don't want it, okay? They want us to have to be dependent on these other countries. Look at what our poopy pants president is doing. He knows we have enough oil. We can produce as much oil as we need, but yet he's going around making believe he's begging Saudi Arabia and all these other countries for oil because of the Russians. We're not getting our oil from them anymore, which is only like 4% of the oil. But the point is, we don't need no one. Yeah. Well, Vladimir Putin said he never pulls out. It's funny though. I'm going to sex addiction circles to pick up woman. Listen, I want to find where those are too. I just want to go there. I'll be honest. Besides, I don't know if I would go with the woman in there. I'd be a little scared to catch something, because they've been doing all. But I would love to hear some of those stories, man. Like, I'm a sex addict, and I used to like go into an elevator and just go down on anybody in there. I mean, like, I want to just hear like these crazy shit. Laugh my ass off. And globalist agenda. Look, this is all an agenda. That's why this agenda is actually to make us snap, man. This agenda right now is to get into our brains and make us all mad and miserable. I'm telling you, I see myself being that sometimes, and I caught myself yesterday. That's why I swore I'm not going on open panels anymore. I mean, I'm gonna go on very few. Once in a blue moon, I'm gonna pop up. I'll pop up on people's shows just to let them know I support them and put something in the chat like, hello, salute. I do that all the time, just to let you know, maybe I don't want to come on or I don't want to really listen. I got other things I'm doing, but I'll just pop in just to give you the like, to support your show and support you, even if it's for 20 seconds. I've done that a lot with people because I don't have the time sometimes. I'm going to be working full time soon. And right now, I have enough money. I can support myself for a while, but I got a small pension too. And, but I want to work anyway. I want to get out of the house. I can't sit here. I'm going, unless I had like a beautiful studio and I started doing a great YouTube show and I was making a little money off it. But, to do this all the time and there's no real reward, which I'm not looking for a financial reward, but like even, mentally reward. There's only a few people that appreciate it. Everybody else is like, they'd rather be in the YouTube streets talking about bullshit because it's really bullshit. If you listen to Trash Can when he does his show, he basically tells you the way it is, and he goes over a lot of news things and he calls out a spade, man. I love it. He does it. He don't give a shit. And he don't let people on his show because he don't need to hear what they got to say because he don't give two shits. If you like what he's saying, tune in. If you don't, go find one of those YouTube bullshit channels that you can sit on there and just talk your shit and act like a clown, because that's what they more or less are. Everybody's acting like clowns. And I was on the show one time. The guy was even saying to me, I didn't get him yet. He was going, why can't you just, why can't we all just be peaceful and be, and I was like, well, this is YouTube. This is chaos. I was even giving it to him. But he was kind of right. Why are we all just on these stupid channels destroying each other? Because YouTube loves this shit. OG said I tried. Yeah, it's such an echo chamber. It's starting to hurt my brain. Like, I'm on shows and I'm telling guys, yo, that's old news. Why are you talking about old news? They're still talking about 2020 with Trump, with the vote. Listen, they stole it. They didn't steal it. Whatever. I know what happened there. And if you're blind, fine. If you're not blind, you know what happened. And the bottom line is, they're in control. They did it right in your face. They got caught with their hand in a cookie jar on film, on every way you can catch them. Then they have all these bullshit investigations to make us think they're actually doing something. And nothing ever gets done. Nobody goes to jail. And if they put somebody in jail, it's somebody low level, just to make an example. Okay? Just like with this Epstein bullshit island. Listen, there's 20 more of those fucking islands that we don't even know about. Okay? So they took one guy and put him, and they showed, we got the flight logs, over 200 powerful people are on those flight logs, but they got sealed. So why are they sealed? Because they can't go to jail. They're too powerful. Don't want to lose the message in discussion. Hold on, man. Don't want to lose the message in discussion of off-topic things. Some people come on, try to take over your show with their message. Do their own. Don't take over mine. Yeah. I realized that. Like, they'll come on your show, Trash Can, and you're trying to get your message out there. Makes perfect sense. And they're trying to take over yours. I've had that a few times. I've entertained it in open panels. But here's the other thing, Trash Can, I'm trying to bring to the point is, at least bring something to the table. There are guys that just go open panel and just talk about total bullshit all the time. I mean, all the time. I understand once in a while. Bring something. I want to learn something when I come on your show. Or, anything. Teach me something. Teach me something I didn't know. Let me get off your show after a half hour listening to it and at least have one thing I learned that minute, People actually like when I come on this show. They want to bust my balls and get me agitated too. I've seen that happen. And I fall into it sometimes, and I'll just give them the business. I used to get on shows and scream and holler at people. I stopped doing that. Yeah, they woken up the beast for sure. We're going to win this battle, the people of this country. It's just going to take us. It's a tough mountain to climb. It's like we're climbing a mountain and it's raining and mud is sliding and we're digging in and we're climbing up mud and we're slipping back down but with Americans have one thing that most people don't realize. We have resilience. We are resilient people. It's something that's instilled into us. And they're trying to take that resilience away from us. They're trying to take that respect factor away from us. They want to get our respect. They want us to lose respect for ourselves almost. Yeah, look, I don't believe I think he was cheated, but whether or not he lost, let's get on with it. Yes, let's take care of these idiots right now that are running our government, because we can say whatever we want, but in 1 year, our country has changed dramatically. I mean, the inflation, the gas, the jobs. Listen, this is all bullshit. The numbers they're saying, the unemployment rate's dropping and all. It's all bullshit. There are no jobs out there. Very little bit of jobs. If you're not really highly skilled, I have no problem in getting a job. Okay? I got certain things that I do better than most people, and I've done it for a long time. So when I go for a job, I usually get it, the job. Okay? A lot of younger people than me couldn't get a job, couldn't get the job that I get because they don't have the tool set. I have the tool set. So I don't have an issue. I have experience because I'm at the age I'm aged. But if you're a young man right now with not too much of a skill set, where do you get a job? You want to go work at McDonald's for $12 an hour or something? I don't know. And say, what would you like? The Happy Meal today? These are the jobs that the real jobs you can get now are part-time because they don't want to pay full-time benefits, and a lot of jobs with high turnover rate. Okay, so every 2-3 months they're rolling over. They don't want to pay people like they're scared. They fire you before they have to be responsible to pay unemployment and things like that. I'm okay where we are. 2 different people. I know it's getting to my head. Yeah, well, I know a lot of stuff is getting to your head, right? I had something in the Czech Republic that they were doing something good. I forgot what it was. There was something near your country that was going down. It was pretty cool. It was good news, but I forgot where I put it. I had it. Something with the Czechs. Because I know that's where you're from. But anyway, when I find it, I'll let you know. Have a good day, Pops. Yep. So this is Pops. I'm going to leave off with something I think you should pay attention to this video. Makes perfect sense. And I'm going to put it on right now, and we'll see. Okay.
If you're not controversial in a world that's utterly insane, then it's time to find a mirror and ask why. If a world that's insane doesn't see you as insane, you should find a mirror and ask why. The idea is to show people that they don't need to follow anyone, they need to follow themselves and become their own center of constructing their perception. What you can do is help that process by the information you put out there. Renegade mind, what is that? Well, you can have a critically thinking mind, and you can put dots together and you can see something and you can see what's happening. But a critically thinking mind that can see it, or at least some of it, won't necessarily do anything about it. It might still conform in fear of not conforming. A renegade mind will never do that. A renegade mind is a critically thinking mind, a constantly questioning mind, a not taking anything on face value mind without checking it out, especially if it comes from authority. It won't be intimidated into cooperating with tyranny, because the renegade mind has self-respect. Self-respect is the state of being that has ended every single tyranny in human history, because it's self-respect that says, no, I'm not cooperating. My self-respect won't allow it. It's all a psychological operation. And they want your self-respect. A renegade mind will never give it to them. But they want your self-respect because they know that once your self-respect has been handed over, there's nothing left. What's left with you then is submission. That's all that's left. And this is why, in the psychological game, they put monumental morons, people like Biden, people like Johnson, people like Daniel Andrews in Victoria, Australia, and other leaders in Australia. They want you to see it. And they want you to see all the contradictions in what these morons are telling you to do. They want you to see them, because if you can see that a moron is telling you to do something, and you can see that what they're telling you to do has no basis in common sense or science, but you still do it, they've got your self-respect. And all that's left is submission. And a renegade mind will never hand over its self-respect. Never. I'll die first. And I willingly die first. And they can't intimidate me because I'm unintimidatable, because I'm not frightened to death. That's the renegade mind. If you don't see what's going on and refuse to cooperate with it, by very little time from now, you, your kids and grandkids are going to be living in a global fascist dictatorship of total 24-hour surveillance control. If you don't want that to happen, get off your frickin' ass.